Knights. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Knights of the Dirty Table. I am your host, Quarantined Merrick Henry, and it's just me tonight. Usually I have a whole bunch of other people on with me, but in this case, it's just little old me. Hope you like that. We are playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution for Nintendo Switch. This was a game that I got when it first came out last August. And then due to moving around and losing things, I can no longer find my copy of Legacy of the Duelist. I also no longer have the Switch that I originally played it on. So I'm basically starting from scratch all over again. So if you are looking to see the latest updates with all the link cards that were added, this will not be that at all. It's mostly just going to be me playing through story mode more or less from the beginning, but if anybody has any suggestions of things that I can hop into for the campaign or the specific duels challenges that I have, feel free to let me know about them. As far as playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, I've been pretty up to date for a long period of time. I did stop once Link cards came out just because it was not my scene at all. And the way that the rules changed and everything, it was tough for me to try to stick around unless there were specific cards that I wanted, but I just didn't want to spend the money in it. But now that they've changed the rules sort of back to the way that they were before 2017 rolled around, now I can actually care about playing again, and I want to play with my friends. And that's what makes me really excited about this update, is I can play fusion cards and synchro cards and Xyz cards the way that they're meant to, with all the spots in the field. So it makes it so I can enjoy the game again, because when I played, for example, the GX story mode the first time around, all the cards were essentially heroes and all of them are fusions, and you could only put them into this spot right here. And it just made everything so slow, so I was just grinding to get booster packs so I could get cards sooner than later, and yeah, it just was not, it was a slow grind to get to anywhere with the game. So I'm enjoying it a whole lot more, even though I just had to restart again because your boy lost his copy. So I'm just kind of grinding and hoping to get better cards sooner than later. So it's slow. I don't like that the gameplay, the game engine is a little on the slower side. We've gotten faster Yu-Gi-Oh! Games before, so the timing of everything, it's just a little too slow for my taste. But, I mean, you can't go wrong when you have 10,000 cards in a game. So it's definitely a win for sure. Oh, he said a card. I was going to say, for some reason, I thought I was going first. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, so enjoy. This deck is one of the basic ones. It's the basic fusion structure deck. It's the only deck from the pre-constructed decks that I actually like. Everything else is honestly just too slow. They don't give you much support for the synchros or the Xyz because you have to summon everything out. There's not really any hand support, but there is with this deck, which makes it just a little quicker for me to get the cards that I want in order to win sooner. Like, for example, summoning First of the Dragons out as soon as possible. I think it's kind of silly to use Heavy Storm on Black Pendant, but whatever. Hi, Barney. So supportive. Ladies and gentlemen, my best friend and producer, Barney Landman, joining the show. He is the best, and he also helped me setting this up tonight, and we absolutely love him. And yeah, he is the king of the Zen Den. He probably is wondering what's going on in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I don't know if he ever actually played or was involved in playing in any way or was even curious, but that's okay. He can watch and enjoy now. Oop, did I want to do main phase 2? Not really. So yeah. Turns are going slowly. Hope it was worth it, Crowler. For a lot of my gameplay with this, I'm skipping over story modes, like the in-between cutscenes, and so Barney, and you are my queen. Well, thank you, hair flip. But yeah, so I'm skipping through most of the cutscene stuff just because it drags on. so much. It's just the pacing of everything, the way that some of the dialogue is written, it's just not great. Like all this stuff, it's, if you know the story, then it's, it's helpful. But if you don't, then I would suggest watching the show. I believe almost all the seasons or the series rather, all the separate series are on Hulu. I know the original Yu-Gi-Oh is. I know Yu-Gi-Oh GX is. I know 5Ds is. I'm pretty sure Zexal and Arc V are also there too. But yeah, so if you haven't seen any of the show yet, feel free to. GX, I mean, the classic Yu-Gi-Oh series holds a place in everyone's heart, I think. Classic Saturday morning cartoons for me and certainly my brother growing up. But GX is the one that stuck with me the most. Those were the cards that I was most passionate about, the episodes that I was most excited for, because if you know anything about Knights of the Dirty Table, we talk a lot of superheroes. And what's Jaden's theme of cards? Superheroes. So it's right up my alley. And I was absolutely obsessed with getting the Elemental Hero cards growing up. I may decide to use a hero deck, the next one, in the next match that I do. I use these pre-constructed decks because a lot of the decks that are in the game, you have to win a certain way. And I'm not the biggest fan of that mindset, because chances are your opponent's going to have a strong monster out, but you're not going to have any support to defeat it, because you just need the specific card combination that won that specific character the duel in the show. And I don't have time for that, especially since I've already played through this game the first time a few months ago. I was trying to find my copy, and I just never was able to find it. So I had to go to Walmart and grab another copy of the game with all the fixings with the cards and everything, because I misplaced my copy. So that was another $40 down the tubes. But that's okay, because I'm excited and happy to just be eventually playing through and using all of the other 1,000 cards that were added to the already 9,000 count in the game. Cyber Gymnast caused me problems. I keep forgetting that it actually has a decent effect. Terrible attack, but decent effect. Oh, we got Wizard Clint. Yo, what's poppin', big man? Probably not as interesting as Dreams, but give and take. And now I have absolutely nothing for support. I'm not even gonna play anything. I'm not gonna waste the cards. Wizard Clint, I gotta ask, have you played Yu-Gi-Oh growing up at all? As we try to get to know more about our fans and fellow watchers of the show. We will. I am excited about eventually doing a real Yu-Gi-Oh game on the show with my friend Wayne. I think that'd be very fun to do. Is it Pyro? Can I fusion? Oh, thank God not. I was worried I might actually lose the duel. I am excited that we'll eventually do a real Yu-Gi-Oh game. Just because I love playing my hero decks. I love playing my Dark World decks, and yeah. So I don't so much play competition decks in real life. That's never been my MO. Everyone plays the same meta decks. So Wizard Clint, you were asking, I've never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! Would you say it's worth getting into? Yes and no. With Yu-Gi-Oh! Let me get through this effect so I can see if I have anything else to do. Once returned during your main phase, inflict 300. Oh, yeah, no, I don't want to use that effect yet. It's a really good question. It helps to know going into Yu-Gi-Oh! What kind of theme you would like to use. Unfortunately, I can't really display any of those themes at the moment because I've only just started from scratch on the game, so I'm only using the cards and some of the pre-structured decks that were configured for me. What really got me into Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid was really the artwork and the themes and, of course, how they were used on the show and such. But for me, what really started to make me feel more a part of the community, especially as I was older, I didn't really I didn't become a decent Yu-Gi-Oh player until like my sophomore year of high school, and I had been playing since second grade. So this was 8 years into my distinguished Yu-Gi-Oh career. And as much as I love heroes, elemental heroes, vision heroes, destiny heroes, masked heroes, evil heroes, all of them, and I love the concepts of them, especially how they fuse together, because if anybody knows the show, they know that I love crossovers of all kinds of superhero proportions. The deck that really got me into playing at a better level was Dark World. And I'm actually a big fan of like colors, like color wheels and Crayola crayon colors and all different kinds of color combinations of things. And the Dark World characters in that deck, they're all based on different colors. One of the big boss monsters is called Grapha, the Dragon Lord of Dark World, and based on the color of graphite. Yeah, I think that counts as a color. One of the other boss monsters is Rainbow, Overlord of Dark World, obviously based on a rainbow. So those kinds of things. Yeah, I want to actually get rid of Cyber Gymnast because that's going to cause me more problems. So that was what did it. Yeah, Barney, Evil Heroes. It's funny because Evil Heroes didn't actually get really good or above average until this year with one of the recent booster packs that came out. But yeah, they're fun. Very anti-hero, kind of reverse heroes. So you have your elemental heroes, and then the evil heroes are like the reverse evil versions of some of those iconic elemental hero fusion monsters. They're really a lot of fun, especially with the new support that just came out. But yeah, so my point is, not to ramble on, my point is with getting into Yu-Gi-Oh!, you want to find a theme that speaks to you. There are some themes where they use like big giant monsters. They're called a kaiju theme. And they're based off like Godzilla monsters and, King Kong and Mothra and all these things. So you just want to find a theme and types of cards that really speak to you and what inspires you. For a lot of people, Blue Eyes White Dragon is a big favorite among, OG duelists. So it's just a matter of finding the right thing for you. I would not recommend buying booster packs. I would recommend going on eBay or finding some singles online of cards that you're actually into. That's what I would recommend. So take it or leave it. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, that's what I've spent a lot of money on Yu-Gi-Oh! And there's a reason why I've kind of mostly stopped spending money on Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless it's specific cards that I want. And there's different rarities and variations of cards you can get for cheap. Like if you're looking to make there are tons of great decks that you can make with reprints of cards rather than the original shiny versions of some cards. So I would recommend that. I'm going to summon Raging Flame Spirit again. Rage Sprite, whatever it is. And you know what? I'm actually going to give it a little power up since it can attack directly. So let's just help it out so it's not going to die immediately. Cool, then I'll give it a little juice. I just realized it's turn 9, and I haven't even gotten through because I've been playing, like, semi-conservatively. Finally, some actual damage to Alexis. I'm telling you, I cannot wait to get better cards. I know Cyberblader has an effect, the fusion monster that's about to be summoned, but I don't remember what it is. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. Man. Oh, crap. I forgot. Cyberblader is a weird thing. It has an effect based on like how many monsters are on the field. If I have one monster, it can't be destroyed by battle. If I have two monsters, its card attack is doubled. And when I have three monsters, I negate the effects of it can negate the effects of all my spell traps and affect monster cards. Ay. Ooh, you know what? Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll be a little smart. I can attack directly, and with Raging Flame Sprite's effect, it'll get an extra 1,000 attack after each direct attack. So at least Cyberblader isn't going to kill my monsters immediately, which I like. So I'm just going to let that be and let it roll. Some strategy, using somewhat of my brain on a Tuesday night. Oh, god damn it. It's going to discard a card, it's going to target my face-up monster, and it's going to kill me. I'm going to have to restart this game. I played way too conservative. But I don't have any good cards, or cards that I really care about using. Yikes. I couldn't even pull off a miracle if I wanted to. Well, this is going off to a great start. 13 turns of wasted time. Oh, well, how many Pyro Monsters do I have in here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't even use Raging or Royal Battlestorm Guard's effect. 1, 2, 3. I really only had 1 Raging? Okay, well, in this case, I'm actually going to surrender, take my money, and run. And I will come back, and I'll use a slightly more interesting deck. I will use the story deck because it has heroes in it. Not great ones, but it'll at least be a little more entertaining for me. It felt like such a grind playing through this game the first time. I really hate that I have to play through it again. I didn't think that I could switch over my Switch memory data at the time. Now I know that I can do that. Wasted opportunity. So this is going to be a long grind before I'm able to get any cards that actually are worthwhile. Well, the only thing I can really do is set Winged Karibo. And then if it gets destroyed, then I don't take any battle damage for the rest of the turn, so it's a little bit of some protection. La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. Blade Skater, used for Cyberblader. Speaking of Blade Skater. Well, that feels like a waste, but whatever. Barney, what I'll have to do is I'll have to bring in my my collection of cards at some point. You'll have to see how cool the heroes are, just because some of the designs are so great. All right, I'm really not even loving this. But what I will do is actually, all right. What fusions am I working with here? I have 2 options. I either have Flame Wingman or Thunder Giant. Now I know in the show Thunder Giant is the card that won it for Jaden against Alexis. So I know this is clearly my key combination, but I don't have the other materials that I need. So what I will do is I'll play Skyscraper to change the field. And then, since I have a spare, I'll summon my Avion. And I will switch to attack mode. And for those that don't know, it does have lower attack than Blade Skater. But the cool thing about Skyscraper is when it's on the field, my Avion is going to get an extra 1,000 attack. So it's going to go up to 2,000, and that's how it kills my Blade Skater. Or if you already know exactly what happens in Yu-Gi-Oh!, then you can completely ignore me, and that's fine too. But for those that don't know how some of these effects work, because I'm going through them semi-fast. So maybe you appreciate it, or maybe it's incredibly annoying. So the pacing will change every 5 seconds with me as I try to make this entertaining for myself, playing through this story mode all over again. And unfortunately, I only get the extra attack power when I attack a monster, not when it's the other way around. Ooh, hello. I'm going to Polymerization. That'll get me Flame Wingman, and that'll give me something to work with. Fusion Hub. Boom. Great card. Great card. Doesn't really matter which slot. Oh, I'm so glad they fixed the rules. I'm going to summon Sparkman, too, since he's got decent attack for this era of the show. So I will go to my battle phase and Flame Wingman, attack Blade Skater, and then when it's destroyed, I inflict damage based on its attack power. So an extra 1,400, and I'll attack with 16. Ugh. Scapegoat. It's just such a large wall. Now I gotta fight through these damn sheep. Ugh. It's just so much wasted time. Whatever, that's fine. I could be wrong. I still think Scapegoat's the best token card in the game to get all these tokens out. Just as a wall. Is there anybody I want to resummon? No, not really. Unless... Yeah, why not? Let's make this a little faster. Go for broke. You know what? I'm gonna summon your Blade Skater, Alexis, and use her for my own. Thanks, Monster Reborn. Or as Yugi would say in the first season, Reborn the Monster. Or maybe that was on Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I honestly can't remember, but... I definitely think it was actually in the show where Yugi would call it one name, and the name was actually never right. So I think the voice actors finally realized, oh, no, people actually do care about what these cards are called, so let's get it right. That's just my fan theory. Dancing to the music. Not sure if you guys can actually hear it, but I'm enjoying myself. Even though this is a little mundane, but that's okay. All right. With reinforcement of the army, I can get a warrior monster from my deck to my hand. I might as well get Clayman, the other half of Elemental Hero Thunder Giant. But I won't. Maybe I won't actually need it, to be honest. Let's go for direct attack and see if. I knew in my gut this was going to happen too. Unbelievable. You did not have this card when you played it on the show, Alexis. That's one thing I find funny about these story decks, you know, the opponent's story decks. A lot of the time, they're going to have cards that I know deep down they never used on the show. So it's like, why give them these cards now? It's just cause it just adds more frustration. Wizard Clint. I don't want to cause a riot, but it'd be really fun. Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. In terms of or Digimon. For me, it comes down to what was I most excited to watch on Saturday mornings, and it was Yu-Gi-Oh. Because I could see the cards on TV, and then I could go get the cards and use them in real life. And so that was the biggest appeal for me. Digimon, I actually didn't really appreciate Digimon until I was older, when I got to see it in reruns when I was in high school. And I like it a lot more. I do think, actually, its theme song is rather incredible. But maybe I'm biased. But yeah, for me, definitely Yu-Gi-Oh! I did play Pokemon for a little bit, for like a few months, but the card game just never did it for me. And I'm just strictly talking the card game. Obviously, I've played the handheld Pokemon games, and my favorite game will always be Pokemon Soul Silver. No Scapegoat, thank God. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Is definitely a core part of my childhood. Oh, come on, you still have 200? Oh, this is why I hate these slow decks. But, yeah. So Yu-Gi-Oh for me, definitely. My Saturday morning ritual was Power Rangers at 8 on one channel, and then new episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh at 11 on the other channel. And as long as I had those two shows, my Saturday was set. Did I wake up to watch them? No, because I was super tired when I was a kid all the time. So I would just tape them, and then I'd wake up around like 2 or 3, and I'd watch them then, and I was happy. Oh, thank God. This was way too long. So I'm getting some points to go get cards, and I actually won with that. I don't want to do Vrains yet, just because those cards are still so foreign to me. I don't want to really jump in with those. So what else we got? Let's do 5Ds, and I'll play this as a normal duel rather than go through the tutorial aspect. And I'll use the story deck just because it'll be a little more entertaining. for me. I've already been playing for 25 minutes? Wow. Where did the time go? I know where it went. It was on a wasted duel. Ugh. Wizard Clint, let me ask you, what did you grow up with for Saturday morning cartoons and such? And I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously isn't the answer because you said that wasn't one of yours, but if you enjoyed Saturday morning cartoons, what was a show that sticks out to you where it hits all the nostalgic feels? What do I have for extra deck? Love Nitro Warrior, great card. And Junk Warrior, iconic, but not great in my opinion. Or at least I never saw the right deck being used for that. What do we got? I will put Shield Warrior down. Excuse me. Decent defense. Yeah, that's probably the best I can do. And I can't use Turbo Booster if I wanted to. So I'm just going to end my turn with some basicness and go on from there. I was going to say, I knew in my gut he was going to have a Montage Dragon ready. And it already jumps to 3,300 attack. I'm screwed. Well, at least I'm not going to take any damage this turn. His ace monster, for those that don't know, is Montage Dragon, and something in my gut told me that he was just going to have that ready to go. So now... Ooh, tuning. Yusei didn't have this in the show at this point, but I'm glad he's got it now. Ooh, not what I want. Let me check the field. What level is... Ugh, nuts. Might as well get Junk Synchron. And maybe something good can get sent to the... Oh, man. The heart of the cards is real with this one. Let me think. Yeah. So this actually works out really well. So what's going to happen is I'll summon Junk Synchron. I'm going to activate its effect. I'm not going to put this to waste. The Quillbolt Hedgehog that was just sent to the graveyard due to Tuning's effect, I can get it. And now what I can do, that's 5. Nitro is 7. Yeah, because I couldn't get it even if I wanted to. That's okay. So now I'm going to Synchro Summon my Junk Warrior. Does Junk Warrior have an animation in this thing? I'm not sure. It's got to. It's such an iconic monster. No animation for it? All right. All right, well, in this case, I'm going to equip... I don't even know if this is enough attack power because I'm too tired to do actual basic math, but I think it's going to be enough. So I'm going to equip both of these Fighting Spirits to increase its attack power. And it's got just enough to beat Montage Dragon. So I'm going to take it and run. So worth the 200. Awesome. And I'll end my turn, and that's decent enough. Go to defense. Go to defense. Come on. Just make it easy. Make it easy. No confusion. Cool. Well, this would have been perfect a couple turns ago. Magic Cylinder. You know what? I could summon Nitro Warrior now with Nitro Synchron. I'm gonna hold off just in case. What does it do? Oh, it gets a fiend. Oh, basically itself. That's okay. Wizard Clint, what do we got? I just used to watch a whole variety of stuff, really. I did watch Pokemon anime a lot. Oh, and you did watch Power Rangers. Awesome, man. Well, so since I'm a diehard, I have to ask, do you recall which season of Power Rangers you had watched? It's okay if you don't. I'm not sure, how much you had watched. I've gone through practically every season, but I'm just curious if you happen to remember if it was Mighty Morphin or whatever. But yeah, that was part of my ritual. And I stand by that. And sadly, as I got older, I got busier. And I wish I had taken more advantage of watching Saturday morning stuff, because what are you doing? Oh, what? You did not have that card in the show. That didn't exist. Stop that, Trudge. Stop that madness. I always thought Saturday morning cartoons would just be around. And a big reason why I actually, aside from the rule changes to Yu-Gi-Oh!, a big reason why I stopped getting invested was Saturday morning cartoons disappeared. And with that, Yu-Gi-Oh! Also disappeared as well. Like, I know you can still watch it online and stream it and stuff, like the newer seasons, but it was easily accessible for me on Saturday mornings because I didn't have to think about it. And then it went away. So that's a big reason why I stepped away from it. I cannot tell you. I always think about this every Saturday morning when I wake up. In case I happen to wake up on a Saturday morning, I think, good Lord, can I please just have Saturday morning cartoons again? Toy commercials, good anime, some bad anime, superhero shows. I live for it, and you can't get any of that same feeling on Nickelodeon or Disney Channel or anything. They don't have those anymore. What is it when this card is destroyed by a card effect? Oh, well then I'm just gonna kill you. So nothing happens. I know you can go on Netflix and you can watch these old shows. It's not the same. The commercials add to it too. The commercials are a big part of it for me, and we're going into some real dorkdom here, folks. One thing that I will do from time to time, and I'm okay with admitting this on live streamed television, I will go on YouTube and I will watch old compilations of commercials that people happen to tape on VHS for specific Saturday mornings. Like if someone has a tape from Kids WB from like 2001 and they just taped they taped the entire day and then they edit out just the commercials and it's just the run of commercials, that to me gives me more of a Saturday morning nostalgic feeling from watching the cartoons rather than actually watching the cartoons themselves. So that's my dorkdom moment for the evening. Not that Yu-Gi-Oh! Wasn't already doing that for me right now, but I just wanted to make it clear to everyone at home. And that gets me through the day sometimes. That gives me those nostalgic feels that I beg for. Well, that was at least I didn't take any damage. What are you, mystery monster? Pursuit chaser. Well, I could have killed. Oh well. Either way, I'm just trying to get through this long story mode that I'm just already so bored by. Come on, attack me. I dare you. What do I got? Ooh, ha 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 ha. I forgot I had Magic Cylinder. It had been a while. Redirect that attack and take it, Trudge. Like a cop. Not good cop, but you get what I mean. I just keep hoping for another monster. What does Nitro Warrior even do again? I forget, because I really want to summon it, because I like it more than Junk Warrior. Once during each of your turns, if you activate a spell, it gets 1,000 attack. If this attacking card destroys an opponent's monster... Oh, face-up defense position. You know what? Honestly, yeah, I'm going to go for it. Because I don't think he has another Montage Dragon, so I'm not that worried. So I'll Synchro my two monsters. Get Nitro Warrior, who I like a lot more than Junk Warrior. I'll put him here. Oh, yeah, and Nitro Synchron gets me an extra card because I summoned a Nitro monster. Tribute, destroy the battled. Alright, not great. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. Well, I will set him... Yeah, I'm not in love with this overall, but... Yeah, good to get rid of that tuner. I'll end my turn and progress slowly. Ooh, Wizard Clint. Sorry, bud. I wasn't paying attention. Can't remember the seasons I watch, which is perfectly fine. Nowadays, I feel like cartoons are only directed for kids. Yeah, no, they definitely could. I will say that Phineas and Ferb, which we definitely need to get Barney on, and Milo's Murphy Law, also set within that same universe, is a show that I think is catered towards kids and adults, and I think it's very well written in that regard. even for 15-minute cartoons, but a lot of children's television, especially I think on Nickelodeon. I think that's the biggest. Actually, no, Cartoon Network's pretty bad too. Where it's not really great quality shows. It's very slapstick, and not really witty. And I find wittiness to be more funny than slapstick, personally. That's just always been a thing of mine. And I just wish I had some decent things to work with. Well, Speed Warrior's not bad, so I'll take Speed Warrior. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did I miss this thing? But yeah, no. So Wizard Clint, slightly backtracking. If you're ever looking for a highly recommended Power Rangers season, in case you hadn't watched, I highly recommend Time Force on Netflix. That's my favorite season personally. I think it's the best performed by the Rangers and the villains, even though it's over the top and cheesy because it's Power Rangers. I think it was the best execution. I felt the stakes were highest. The costumes are just great. For 2000s Japanese footage. But I highly recommend Time Force if you haven't watched it. So definitely check that out. Is there anything else I can really do? No, not really. Yeah, let's get Speed Warrior his speed. Just trying to plow through this. Kill Assault Dog. I know you're going to get 2 more Assault Dogs. Good for you. Oh, I was able to kill Gonogo. Changed his face down. Oh my god, just so slow. This is why I don't like the story decks. They just take way too long. Yeah, I probably could have been more aggressive, but I think I would have stalled out either way. I'll probably kill it after this duel. I would like to do more Yu-Gi-Oh! In the future, in real life, on the show, as well as playing this game, because I just need a reason to progress through the story again. Ooh. Oh, this might be helpful. Monster Reborn. Let's get back Junk Warrior. Nice. All right. All right. Let's flip up Speed Warrior. Yeah, I would definitely say at least the first couple of episodes where they establish who the characters are. And if you're not invested at that point, that's perfectly fine. But it's one of the better openings, and a big reason why I like the opening for Time Force is there's very little Japanese Super Sentai footage that they pull from, because in case you don't know, Power Rangers is originating from a Super Sentai show from Japan, and that's where they get most of their action scenes from. And what Time Force did was they shot almost all of the first 2 episodes with brand new footage, establishing who the characters are, and just their stunt work, and they gave a crap about it, and the quality of the show was really up, in my opinion, in this case with Time Force. So I highly recommend it. Let's kill you. Ay, I just want to get this done. These take so long. La-dee-da-da. Well, Wizard Clint, I have to say we always appreciate having you as part of the group chat, which at this point I think is just you and me, and that's perfectly fine because I enjoy being entertained. I enjoy having some conversation in all of this. It makes it easier. You know what? Let's really go for the jugular here. Let me get Nitro Synchron out, and I think I have enough. 4, 7, yes, to get another Nitro Warrior out. And maybe I can get the win. Don't know if you saw my comment. I checked out your music channel, Mashup of Circles. Oh my god, no, I didn't see that. Thank you for telling me about that, man. I really appreciate that. Barney loves Post Malone, and I wanted to incorporate some something that he loved and try to make it new in one way or another. So I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much. We're actually working on shooting our next mashup video tomorrow, Barney and I, and we're stoked for that. But that means a lot, my friend. I did not see the comment. I appreciate you telling me now so that I did not miss said comment. And thank you so much. I just want to get rid of Trudge and move on with my life. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is grind more off screen to try to get more interesting cards to play with, because this is just, there's no reason why this duel needed to take 18 turns at least. This is very annoying and so tiresome. Yeah, with the mashups, you're never quite sure. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What a horrible way to end. I think the Switch was listening to me. Well, I'm not going through that again tonight. Before I forget, but the point that I was going to make, you're never sure how these mashups are going to work. You're never sure how they link on top of each other. But luckily, everything that we've done so far has worked out well, and hopefully we can continue to make good mashups to that level. With all of this in mind, I'm going to end the stream. I'm watching the playback now of my reaction. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, especially Wizard Clint for always commenting. We appreciate it so much. I'm sorry that the game died. I'm sorry it was probably more on the boring side. Hopefully we can have more entertaining Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels. I will put in some work to get this game beefed up. But thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and share the video and like it. And I'm pretty sure Wizard Clint did all of that, and we greatly appreciate it. But yeah, so we will see you next time. We will be back with another stream of Dreams this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to watch us play something a little more interesting than what I just did, be sure to tune in. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.